Cheers. I'm still at the cabin. I'm still working for you, though. I'm checking my YouTube comments and looking at what people are concerned about. And one of your questions today was, does eating liver add more toxins to your body? And so I thought I would explain a little bit about that, but also kind of get into toxic load and help you understand kind of all the factors going into it. It is a crazy amount of things to consider. And so I'm going to make this one of a series of a playlist on toxins. And I do mention it in a couple other videos, but I don't focus on it. And so this playlist will focus on toxins for you. I know that some of you have a higher toxic load than others. And so I'm going to put some of the remedies in every time I talk about a toxin. There is things that we can do, right? There's things we can do. Okay, so let's address the elephant in the room, I guess, which is liver. Eating liver. Does this increase your toxic load? And I have to research it. I did research it, and I found a very reliable source. I'll put a link to his article, Mark Sisson's article, in the YouTube description. So go there for that. And Mark is a PhD in biochemistry, and this is the kind of person that's really involved in health and wellness. Are these biochemists? It's so funny. Or a PhD in medical biophysics. So these experts out there are really able to analyze a lot of research at once. That's kind of their job. That's what they do. And I do listen to those experts as well as read original research, right? So there's certain people in the industry that I do rely upon to filter out and find really reliable sources. So Mark explains that your liver, or the liver of a cow or lamb or whatever you're deciding to eat, is not a filter, as in a coffee filter, right, that accumulates sediment. It's not a filter that way. It is a processing organ. It is a machine. It is using a lot of nutrients to eliminate toxins from your body. So it doesn't store toxins. I think that's really important. And if that's the one thing you remember from this video, it's going to be that eating liver doesn't mean eating toxins. No, it does not. And liver has such a high nutrient load. It has at least 18 significant vitamins and minerals and specific elements that are antidepressants, elements that are helping you filter out toxins. We also have elements in there that are helping your HRT activate in your brain so that you can get the 100% of the benefits of your HRT when you have a high enough load of things like animal form vitamin A, which is incredibly high. And this doesn't mean eating a pound of liver a day. No, it doesn't. It's a few ounces every other day, every day. It just depends on you, right? So I don't know where you are right now. But I will add, here's one funny thing. If you find yourself worried a lot about toxins, that it's taking over your brain, or contamination is taking over your brain, that is low estradiol. Please go get your estradiol looked at, because it is actually a liver detox agent for you. And so those mental health issues of worry are a part of low estradiol. Go get that fixed. That is really important for you. That's important for your whole body health. There are 80 functions of estradiol in your body. So I want to emphasize that. I do that at every single video. I'm emphasizing the importance of, and I think, high dose. Actually, we're seeing that the dose matters to your brain health, that your risk for Alzheimer's and dementia is going to depend upon your dose that you're given, and it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. It helps the blood flow to the brain. It helps your removal of toxins in the brain. It helps your sleep, which also during sleep, it's really important that your sleep is problem solved as well for toxins. So we don't connect toxins in sleep usually, but I'm going to connect it for you here. Sleep and toxins are absolutely connected, because when you sleep, the brain cells actually are surrounded by a fluid, and that fluid expands to 60%. And the fluid contains where all the trash from the brain cells, right? So the brain cells create trash just like the rest of our body. They create byproducts of energy, right? So when you sleep, the longer and deeper your sleep, the more fluids are washing the toxins out of your brain. So getting your sleep is just as important as getting the right nutrients. So the right nutrients will also help your body perform toxin removal activities much better. And the HRT is really going to help. So get in there and don't forget about the HRT. All right? Okay, another thing to talk about is toxin avoidance. So there are toxins in the air, toxins in our food, toxins in our water, toxins in our emotional relationships. I mean, my gosh, there are toxins everywhere. So toxin removal or avoidance, avoidance, we want to get away from these things. So make a conscious effort to evaluate your environment for toxins. So let's talk first about personal care products. So you don't want to wear a lot of makeup, right? You know from your HRT that's transdermal that it will soak through your skin. There are elements, the smaller chemicals of all the makeup will soak through your skin. It's also stopping you from sweating, and sweating is a detox process. It's a detox process. You like sweat. You want to try and get to the point where you can exercise and work up a sweat because you want those toxins removed. Your body has a lot of capability, but if you clog it up with a lot of makeup and personal care, like I'm going to wipe off this lipstick as soon as I get out of here. I do it just so that my face doesn't wash out and I don't get lost. But in life, I get lost. It's okay. I don't care. I'm not going to keep something around my mouth all day long and into the night for sure. It's not going to happen because it's toxic, right? There are no perfectly non-toxic makeup products. There are some that say they are. Yeah. So if you're really stuck on it, there's a label called Beauty Counter that supposedly has a lot of organic chemicals instead of the inorganics and the things that'll be hard to get off your body. So what I use instead to soften my skin is just coconut oil, just organic coconut oil. And I use it to kind of soften, and then the wrinkles just aren't as harsh, right? And another solution, there's a detox soap actually in the shower when you want to take off your HRT or you want to take off any type of makeup that you have. You should be using a soap, a style of soap called Castile soap. And this is a special detox soap recommended by the Alzheimer's researchers. The people that want you to get toxins out of your body are Alzheimer's reversal doctors, right? So these are not people who are just sitting around looking at Alzheimer's. These are people who are saying, I need to help these clients and help them recover. So I just wanted to say personal care will be number one. Look hard at your laundry detergent. If it smells, that's a chemical. You're pumping that into your house all the time. You're breathing that in. And that leads into indoor air, which is a huge toxin, right? So if you have new furniture, you're very likely having some off-gassing. You want to kind of make sure that you let your house breathe, open the windows. Indoor air is a big issue. Take your coffee to the front porch. And I'm not doing that right now, but I have a front porch here, which is awesome. This is just the way you want to live, right? You want to take it out into the green and surround yourself with green plants indoors and outdoors. Surround yourself with green. That's just very soothing and going to help you detox. So let's do a little chapter here on food. Food, right? We're putting 1 to 2 pounds of chemicals into our mouth every day. So that's just a lot of chemistry, right? So we've got the chemistry of the plant itself, the chemistry of the animal, then we've got everything that went into that plant or animal, right? So you want, if you can afford it, rearrange your budget so that you're putting money towards grass-fed animal products, pastured animal products, wild-caught fish. Even eat less if it means getting wild caught. Eat less of that product and fill yourself up with vegetables. The chlorophyll in the vegetables is going to do a wonderful detox number on your entire intestinal tract, but you don't want to load it up with strong herbicides and pesticides that are killing your microbiome. You're trying to feed that microbiome, so you want them to have organic vegetables and fruits. You can look at the Clean 15, and I'll put a link into the YouTube description for how to get to that information. So there's certain ones, certain plants that you can eat without a lot of toxin issues. And so you want to identify those, prioritize your budget towards the ones that are dirty, the ones that we consider. And this varies from year to year. I want you to know every year you should go look at this list and try to organize your budget around these types of things. This is really important. So the health of the animal, so this gets back to liver. If you're having a grass-fed animal that you even know the source of where that animal is pastured, so that's local and grass-fed, you might even know your farmer. I mean, this is happening now. People are really interested in making sure that their food is high quality. So if you can build relationships with your farmers, then you actually know a lot more about how your product, your food is raised. So, and that is also sustainable. We've got to move towards sustainable agriculture. We've been monocropping for way too long. It's just not healthy for the soil. We are not getting the nutrients out of the soil that we could be getting. So the ability for plants to detoxify us is getting reduced and reduced. And actually, they found out during COVID, they analyzed organic food versus pesticide, herbicide, non-organics. And they said that it has affected the soil so much that the antivirals that are normally in plants are only in the organic vegetables. They're only in the organic ones. They haven't been able to uptake from the soil anymore with those crazy herbicides and pesticides. So you're getting more inside your organic vegetables and fruits. You're getting a lot more. So food, huge impact on you. 1 to 2 pounds of chemicals. Let's get that figured out. That'll be a high priority for you. Okay, exercise. Exercise is really going to help you. It helps every single function in your body. It is so powerful. We will never have a pill for exercise. So that is going to help you process out any kind of toxins. Now, you still have a decision to make about where you exercise. A lot of people are trying to exercise on their lunch hour, and that is a healthy time of day to exercise. Honestly, it is. But you might be in a city during your lunch hour. So you're in toxic areas. If you can find a city park, head there. Uber over to the city park and head there. Even the change in atmosphere it's just less toxic, right? If you are breathing in fumes from city buses, you are getting killed. You are getting overloaded with toxins. So be careful about your environments and where you exercise. If you have to, figure out a way to get it done early morning if you're further out from the city and away from buses. Buses, you breathe in that stuff and I don't know if you can ever get it out. That is just super toxic. You might be in a city that has electric buses, which are much better, but I have actually always lived in cities where they've had the gas and diesel powered, and it's just, you can breathe it. If you can smell it, that's bad. So if you can smell you can smell something on your clothes, you're using a fabric softener, you're using something, you can smell it in your clothes, that's a toxin. You don't want to do that, right? So you want to limit the toxic load. That'll be really, really important for you. And sweating every day is really going to help you eliminate a lot of toxins. Then you wash it off with the Castile soap. And that will help you a ton to pull that stuff away from your body. Also related, water. I know this is expensive. I know it's hard to figure out water and water quality, but reverse osmosis is going to take out most of the toxins, and they make different kinds of reverse osmosis. Look into that. There are different levels of filters, and you want to make sure that you get one that has a high level of filtering. You want to make sure that you know how to change the filter, or you know how to get the maintenance man over to do it twice a year, most likely twice a year. It's usually based on the number of gallons that you're using, but definitely use that. It takes out some of the minerals from the water, so you might want to add in some minerals, and they make some products that help you add minerals back in. But like I said, every time you go to a supplement, you're taking a risk that there are invisible ingredients in there, that the ingredients are in the wrong proportions. There just are some risks to that, but it's been done. Some people do it. I know a lot of very experts in the field that put back minerals into the water. So it's all going to work towards your health, and you're going to feel better. You won't feel so dragged down by toxins and toxic load. So all of these things are important, all of them. I will say that as I was going through the AIP certified coach training, that we found that in a study, they did a study of AIP where they actually would measure toxicity in the clients first. And if they had heavy metal toxicity, they would get a recipe, small recipe, just for cilantro and parsley together blended into a juice, keep the fiber in there, and that removed the toxins just as well as any chelation protocol that you've heard about. It did a beautiful job in just a few weeks. So heavy metals, they can get pulled out of your body by some of these plant compounds. So keep that in mind. A part of that would be always trying to get half of your plate or 3/4 of your plate to be fruits and vegetables. That is a simple way to make sure that you've got the chemistry in your body that is helping you detox, right? You want to be able to do that. Another thing to think about is hydration. So getting a certain volume of water into your body is important. And I'll put an equation for you in the YouTube description below. So there is an equation for figuring out how much water to drink in a day. And let me just add that I figured out that as we age, we lose the chemistry that helps us sense thirst. Is that crazy? So you'll have to go against the signals in your body, because the signals in your body kind of break, and you'll be dehydrated, and that'll make it hard to wash out toxins from your body. You don't want to be dehydrated. So related to that would be watching out for any type of pharmaceutical that's a diuretic, that flushes water from your body, that changes the balance of that chemistry in your body. Have your doctor talk to you about the diuretic qualities in a pharmaceutical. I think that's really important. I'm not sure if you can find that online. Doctors have special databases where they can look up the effects of a drug, and they may have access to priority information that we cannot get. So always connect with your doctor, work with your doctor. They're on your side. They really want you well, and they're thinking about all of this too. But they're weighing off the hurt of a pharmaceutical with the benefit of a pharmaceutical. And it's up to you to tell them that I think this is hurting me, and for you to make the decision to try and get off of a medicine. You can eliminate a ton of pharmaceuticals with diet and lifestyle. You can change your blood sugar in 9 days. You can change it. We saw changes in 9 days just moving from sugars to starches, just changing your diet, even if you're still eating junk food starches. It changes the way your blood sugar works. Those really fast carbs, those high carbs are just toxic. It's really bad for you. So you can change those types of things. You could change your blood pressure in a single evening of exercise. That's how powerful it is. It doesn't stay lowered, but at the end of an exercise period in an evening, you're going to see a difference in your blood pressure. So that tells you the power of diet and exercise. They're just a key element. If you need help prioritizing these things in your life, come for coaching. That's what we do. That's what we do. We talk about why you would want to get well. Why do you want to get well? What are the 3 benefits that you will get when your body is working better? There are so many great things ahead for you. There are just so many beautiful things that can happen in your life. There are things you want to do, things that keep you alive and young and new, ways that you want to connect with your family, ways that you want to feel about your life. You want to put the joy back in. You want to get the joy back in. So it's worth getting the HRT lined up, nutrition, movement, sleep, stress. You want to get it all lined up. And when you do that, you have just such an advantage. Such an advantage. You wake up every day excited to be here. We want you excited to be here. So I'm going to go ahead and add toxins to my ebook, because this has become such an issue for people, and they're concerned, and rightly so. Rightly so. So thank you for bringing up that question. I'm going to add it to my ebook and continue to research on that topic, providing you links and information that help you along your journey. Come see me for coaching if you need help with motivation, you need help organizing, you need help understanding education. Any of that, I'm happy to help. All right. See you later. I almost forgot. Please share these videos. We're really trying to reach our sisters. Only 3% of menopausal women in the United States are getting their HRT. This is a super big social justice issue. And women of color are far less likely, 30% less likely to get HRT. Pass this information around. The benefits are there. We're finding out women of color have higher benefits from the HRT. We want to make sure they have all the information, honest information, right? Honest information. I don't sell you anything. So honest information about how their body is working now and what they need to support that body. Okay, please share. Thank you.